A disappointing loss against West Virginia. We just didn't play well. Offensively, never were able to get any tempo, never able to get any rhythm. Their defense did a great job of just shutting down our offense. Defensively, played very well. Just gave up a play there that just didn't get in the right coverage. Guy got loose, got down the boundary on us. But just overall, we're just pleased with the way we played on defense. And our kicking game, our punter, Philpott, did a great job of punting the football. Was able to change the field position on a couple of punts here. But we just never got in rhythm offensively and just weren't able to get the scores that we needed. It's going to be a big test for us this week against Rutgers. At least we get it to one game. Now it's just down to that one game. We've been talking about a 2-game, a 3-game, now it's a 1 game. And we had to go win this football game. If we want to reach a goal that we've talked about, and we talked about getting to a bowl game, then we have to go win this football game. And our players have to play well. Don't want to feel like there's any pressure on them. But we, as a coaching staff, what we have to do is we have to prepare our guys. If we prepare them the right way, then they will feel no pressure. Because preparation, it allows you to overcome all pressure. So it's going to be a good test for us, and we just had to get our players ready to go play. It's a short week. We realize it's a short week, but we had to get all the preparation in so we can go play this football game.
Coach, knowing how you have used the things, from the past to motivate this team, have you brought up the last time they went to Rutgers, that game, like 49-0, I think, at halftime?
Yeah, I think our guys, I didn't have to bring up, our guys told me that yesterday, but it is the thing we have to do to also is we can't allow what has happened in the past. What I try to talk to them about is, guys, it's not about the past anymore. It's not about the future. It is now. We have to be able to live in the present and get things done right now.
What would a bowl game mean for this program, rebuilding it?
Well, for the last 3 years we haven't been to one, and it's a bowl game of see that we're taking major steps into trying to get this program headed back in the right direction.
How important can that extra practice, you got to get some extra practice, especially with all the seniors you have on this team, and it's about a month you get?
Well, we needed extra practice just to get the young guys going. When you talk about bowl, at least you allow you to get the young players a lot of practice in. And we have 25 seniors, which would be good that they get a chance to go to a bowl game their senior year.
How do you evaluate Rutgers' defense? I mean, they just were annihilated at Cincinnati. How do you evaluate them?
Well, you look at Cincinnati's a really good offense, and they had their quarterback back, and the weeks that he played, he's increased a whole lot of defense. He even got a part of ours, but they blitz a lot. Rutgers, their defense, they slant, they move a lot, and they bring a lot of pressure. Similar to us, but their pressure it's almost every snap they're bringing someone.
I mean, you just kind of ignore the fact that they were so bad to be blunt about it against Cincinnati.
Well, what happened is the pressure that they bring, Cincinnati was able to get some big scores on them early. So then offensively, Rutgers wasn't able to match them. So they weren't able to match them. So now if you're playing someone, if you blitz a lot and you're not able to match, then if they get big plays on you, then it's what ends up happening. They got big plays on them.
What's Bilal's status for the game on Friday?
Bilal should be ready to play on Saturday. He had, the last 3 days before the game, he had a flu bug, so he should be ready to go play.
What can you do to get the offense going the way it was going in October?
Well, just offensively, it's what you can't do is take away from West Virginia. Now, there was a really good defensive football team, and they're number 4 in the country, and they only allow 92 yards a game rushing, 13 points or something a game, but they played like it on Saturday. So it's not to take away from anything they did. Offensively, we had an opportunity. We missed some catches that we should have had. We weren't able to get the running game going, but also that was because of what they did, West Virginia did on defense.
At the end of the West Virginia game, one of the coaches on the other side came over to you and said that you're getting this thing back on track a little bit too fast. What does that say to you? What does that mean to you when you hear stuff like that?
Well, it means that this program is taking steps, and that's what you wanted to see happen this season. And a bowl game will be very big for us, but you just wanted to see us go out and compete. And that's why I said all along, I don't know how many games we're going to win. I don't know when we're going to get a turn. You hope more sooner than later, but you just see us taking steps, and you see it happening within this program. And that's a credit to our seniors, the way they've locked into this program, the way they come to work every day, where they want to see some success and see their name before they walk out of here. They can always say, hey, I was the one senior class to get this program back to a bowl game.
That being said, Charlie, would it be a disappointment if you guys don't go? I mean, not a lot of people outside of this locker room expected to before the season, but to be at this point now.
Well, it's good. You give people hope, and that's what we've done. We've put some hope back into this program, and you want to see us get to a bowl game. That's what you want, and that's been a goal of ours with our senior classes, get to a bowl game.
As the season's unfolded, what things have pleased you in terms of being better than you thought they would be, and where have you been disappointed?
But a lot of times when you take over a program, you get a little resentment, and we haven't had any resentment, and it comes from the older guys, and it's usually from the guys like your seniors, because they've been through so many coaches now, and it's like, hey, I'm just putting in my time to get out. But the way they've really worked and the way they have welcomed the coaches in, and they've done everything we ask of them. So that's what's really been so exciting for us as coaches to see the way those guys just went out and worked every day.
Statistically, defensively, you've been really good. Basically since Stockbridge began, but it seems like every game was like just one or two plays that really hurt. What do you tell your team about that kind of thing?
Well, it does. You know, when you look at it just stat-wise, and we're not really big on stats, but that's the way you kind of measure defenses. But it has been a one or two plays, just that one or two breakdown. You know, you look at it, and we have them backed up, and there goes a pass down the sideline to the bind, and he breaks a tackle, and then gets the ball on the 3-yard line. But if you stop that, you know, I think at that time we were up. If we don't give up that big play, who knows what may happen. But just defensively, you just have to play every play, and you can't give up a big play.
Did Josh Bellamy volunteer for special teams? He made himself pretty noticed on the kickoff coverage.
No, what we did was we had Bellamy on there. We put Johnny Patrick. We put Brandon Heath. We put a lot of players who could get down the field, make a guy make a miss, and go make a play and get a tackle.
With Rutgers pressure, what do you need to see out of Justin Burke? What does he need to do to be more effective?
Well, we don't need Burke to go try to win the football game. It's going to take the whole offense, and that's what you don't ever want to do is put the game on the quarterback's shoulder. You want him to just go out and direct the offense and manage the offense like he's been doing, and guys have to go make plays. It wasn't so much of what he did. These guys had to make plays. You know, you throw the football, we got to make the catches. Running backs have to run. Offensive line has to block.
Do you prepare at this point like Froman's just not going to be there, that you got to go ahead with Burke?
Well, our game plan won't change whoever the quarterback is. So whomever it is, that guy has to go direct it and go run the offense.
Rutgers has lost their last 4. Was anything on film kind of, you know, indicative of what their problems have been?
No, they played some really good football teams, and they lost their last 4. And they're playing hard. It's just, you know, you look at Cincinnati, they get over 600 yards. Syracuse beat them 13-10, but they're playing hard. It's just, you know, they're not winning the games.
Are they still using the big quarterback? I think it's Sanu. Are they still using him as much in that Wildcat?
Yeah, and that's a big package for them with Sanu being in the Wildcat, wild card, we call it, but he's in that package for them, and he's a downhill runner who's able to run through blockers and get some positive yards for him.
Does he pass it all out of that, or is it pretty much you know he's going to run?
The first play of the Cincinnati game, he threw a touchdown pass, 40 yards on a switch route to a receiver. First play of that game. So they were up 7-0.
Given that, I mean, how big is, especially on the road, how big is the start? You got to make sure those first couple drives.
Well, you always tell our guys the first 5 minutes you're going to get their best shot. So anytime you go into a stadium, the first 5 minutes is always critical because you're going to get their best shot. So we have to go play defensively, whatever. If we go play defense first, we have to lock in. Offensively, we have to be able to move the ball, get some first down. And then the last 5 minutes of the first half is always critical, and the first 5 minutes of the second half is critical. So you break it down, and that's what you tell your team. That's what you have to get ready for. So first 5 minutes of that game, if they have the ball, we have to be ready to go in and go play.
With a group of players that haven't experienced a lot of success, is it easy to get past the disappointment of the last couple of weeks and have them focus on the possibility of a bowl?
Well, you like to think that, but you have so many seniors who was here for the Orange Bowl. A few of them were here, so they've seen it. But you like for it to happen now. Say, hey guys, it's the one game, but you don't want them to feel the pressure of the one game. Also, hey, just go play, go relax, go play the way you've been playing, and then if you play your best, then we'll see what happens at the end of the game. Just go play your best.
Coach, can you describe the mood? How badly does this team want to go to the bowl game?
How bad? Well, they haven't been, so you just want to end with a winning season. And I think it's more than anything. If you win this football game, you have a winning season. And I think that's more important for them. They do want to get to a bowl because you have 25 seniors who haven't been to a bowl in 3 years.
Coach, how have you addressed the penalties? It seems like even on Saturday, it's not so much the amount, but it's like the timing of it that have killed drives.
Well, if it's a silly penalty, then that's what you really get upset about. But if a guy's blocking downfield or if a holding call, a lot of times it's you don't want a guy to just go hold a guy. But we address the penalties, and each coach address the penalty, and then I have something to say about it to the player individually.